Hello, I'm IBX and this is a video on the internet, and today we have some Title Update 9 news, well, a little bit of Title Update 9 news, and also I'm just going to quickly glimmer, I don't know what the word is, over some Skin Pack 4 and the Texture Pack information, because I get quite a few questions about those sort of things on a regular basis, and let's just basically jump right into them. Skin Pack 4, they announced that they're going to be announcing when it's coming out with some screenshots later this week, so that will be fun to see some screenshots of it, and if it's worth covering, then I'll do a video on it. But if they're just like, oh yeah, you can be more people that isn't really that interesting, then I just won't. That's a pretty strange way to cover it, but if it's interesting enough, I'll do a video on it. If it's not, then I won't. Texture packs, they're still working on them. They haven't confirmed anything about when they're coming out or anything like that. But because the way they usually work, like I'd imagine Skin Pack 4 is going to be bundled with Title Update 9, as in they're going to come out roughly at the same time. I'd imagine they'll be doing it with Title Update 10 or 11, because that's just usually how they do things, excluding the Christmas and the Halloween Skin Pack. So yeah, we'll be seeing that hopefully by the Title Update 10 or 11. Which I know it's silly how far ahead we have to go with these updates, but time flies when you're 4J Studios and you make I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, we're basically gonna have to wait quite a few updates for texture packs. I know lots of people are looking forward to them, but do you really need to? It's just changing the way it looks. Just put some green glasses on, and the game will have a greeny texture. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, texture packs I'm not that hyped for, but if you are super excited for them, though, they're coming at some point in the future. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. So yeah, Title Update 9 news. Rather than actually just directly giving us news, they're basically saying things that aren't in it and then giving us screenshots so we can work it out, which is pretty cool considering how many like news guys there is, which is quite interesting. So first of all, we have ourselves this little ENDERDRAGON screenshot, which I'm going to put on screen right now. Also, the gameplay, I want to explain that. I don't think I have. It's just me messing around with minecarts, because minecart action is hilarious. Also, there's a limit to boats of 20, but there's no limit of minecarts, which is why I just kept on doing this, because I wanted to find the limit if there was one. Don't think there was one, so we just ended up with this, and that's always fun when that happens, isn't it? But yeah, besides that, there were some words I was going to say. Yeah, besides that, I'm going to just throw in screenshots every now and then, such as this Enderman, which I just spoke about. So yeah, this is, not Enderman, ENDERDRAGON. So this is the ENDERDRAGON screenshot. At first, you're just like, oh yeah, that looks fine. But if you got a keen eye, such as myself, if you have, I don't know if that makes sense, but if you're clever and look at it carefully, first of all, you'll notice the land, the end stone, the yellow stuff at the bottom that you stand on. There's only 2 Endermen on there, which either hints that this is on peaceful, but yet there's Endermen, which could be through spawn eggs, or alternatively that they've made it so it's less Enderman filled, so you can't Enderman farm. I don't know why they would do that, or if this is just the screenshot they killed all the Endermen. But there's only 2 Endermen on the screen right now that I can see. There might be one behind the Enderdragon, but that's I doubt that. So there's only 2 Endermen, which is interesting. The ENDERDRAGON's being healed right now, which is, to be expected. That's what the towers do, they heal him. And also, if you look on the towers, the one just above the ENDERDRAGON's wing, you can see that there's iron bars around the little magic Healy thing, which is interesting because they said the reason for it was so you can't just hit them all bows. You have to sometimes actually go up there with a sword, or you actually don't need a sword. You can just punch them with a grass block if that's what you're into. And so I guess you have to melee at least some of the towers now, which is interesting. It's an interesting choice to say the least, and it doesn't affect me because I like to do it all melee anyway because I'm just bad with a bow or something. But those who do, it's just one of those things that makes it slightly unique to the PC version. Also, if you look at the ENDERDRAGON, he's also firing purple dust called Ender Acid out of his mouth. This acid basically, we don't really know too much about it yet, but it'll probably give you a status effect of some variety. By status effect, I mean like the Wither gives you the withering status effect. Wither skeletons also do that, and stuff like cave spiders give you poison. Something along those lines. We don't know exactly what it will do. If you're wondering on PC, the ENDERDRAGON only attacks you by flying into you. I'd imagine maybe we've got Ender Acid because we couldn't make it. They couldn't make it, so the ENDERDRAGON just destroys all the blocks it goes through and attacks you directly. So now it attacks you with ranged attack. I don't know if that is the reason, or if they just wanted to make it really unique. So they're like, what would be really cool if it fired acid from its mouth, and they were like, whoa. promote this guy, and I don't know why I did that in that voice, but that makes sense in my mind. Also, you can see the end portal, and the portal that takes you back to the real world. That's staying there, even though the End Dragon isn't defeated yet. I don't. I don't know why that is. Usually it appears after he's defeated, although maybe in the 360 version, we'll see it be there anyway and then only fill itself in after you defeat the End Dragon, which is cool. There's quite a few variances between this and the PC version, whether for better or worse. That's how that's going to go. But yeah, I spoke about the end a lot there, but I have a series called Ending the End Dragon. It's important to me. So next we have 4 screenshots they tweeted earlier today. As you can see, look at them right now. Don't see anything too noticeable. I'm just going to blow your mind with what I can see. I'm not the biggest Minecraft expert in the world, but I noticed quite a few things, to say the least. Top left, you can see there's 3 different types of planks now. There's birchwood planks, there's spruce planks, and there's oak planks, which means that now when you convert wood into planks, you'll actually, you know, get the planks which correspond to your wood, rather than just getting the same old planks, which is interesting. Allows the, you know, creative ones out of you to create more interesting things, I guess. Not really too relevant to me. I don't really care too much, but quite a lot of people do care about that a lot, so that's great. Also, when Junglewood comes, you'll have Junglewood planks, so there's going to be 4 types. But jungles are not in Title Update 9, just if you're not aware already, they're not. Although I have a video on it, which I probably should... but whatever, that's next. Next screenshot, top right. You might, again, be like, oh, that's something interesting's happened there. Basically, this is a 1.5 feature, which isn't actually fully out yet for PC, so we'll actually get it before PC, assuming it's out soon. Which is interesting, because it'll be the first time you get something before PC, or at least the first time you get something that's coming to PC, but before PC. If that makes sense, probably. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But basically, when you smelt nether brick in a furnace, obviously, it uses the exact same smelting as everything else. No special smelting requirements. It will turn into nether brick, except it's a single nether brick, and you need 4 of those nether bricks to turn into a nether brick. You know, like the thing you find in nether fortresses. Nether fortresses. So that's really great, because at the moment the only way to get it is to mine a nether fortress. Once the nether fortress is gone, you run out. So now there'll be a sustainable way of getting... Well, it's not really sustainable technically, but it's a lot better way of getting a nether brick made, which is quite cool. And there's some potential to do some cool things with it that I'll hopefully be showing you if after the update comes out. That's the plan anyway. So next we have in the bottom left something I don't know. I don't see anything there, but that's because, as I said, I'm not a 100% expert, although you can see he's using a slightly different skin there, although that's probably just Black Steve, but what do I know? I don't know very much. And then the bottom right, you can see new item, the sandstone stairs, I believe. That's the only one I can see, although the saddle might be new. I don't play creative very much, so... If you see something new there, then wow, mind blown. But besides, I can't see anything new. Although actually, if you're looking super carefully, you can see that the in the bottom left, the GUI scale, or at least, you know, the size of the bar at the bottom, it's slightly smaller, but it's like... I don't know how to describe it, but it's slightly smaller. I don't know if it's going to be a sliding bar, because it's not that much smaller, but it's noticeably smaller. So I just noticed that one now, actually. Well done me. I'm so cool, aren't I? Yeah, that's everything that we can see so far. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's just been me looking at screenshots and be like, there's something new there. Oh, also, just really before I finish this one, back to the screenshot. In the top right, you can see there is a map which has a item in it. I think they're called item frames. They're quite cool little feature on PC that you can do some really cool things with, because you can put maps in there. And I'll explain exactly what I mean with that later. Later? Yeah, why not? Why not? But yeah, that's. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it, so if you liked it, you can like it. It's like 9 minutes, even though it's a news video. I don't know how that even happened, because there's not too much news, but it's interesting news to me, so I figured I'd just keep talking about it, and hopefully you enjoyed that. If you have any questions about what's coming in the future, because that's why I mentioned the skin packs and the texture pack support, because lots of people were questioning me about it, and that's just how I do things. So if you have anything you want to know about, let me know of the old commenting thing that people sometimes do. You can like video if you liked it, and you can share it if you want people to know, because that's how sharing works. And I just seem to say that about a lot of things, like you can like things because that's how liking works, but it's just easier than coming up with some crazy reason myself. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it, and goodbye.